Okay, today in the Maker 100 course, let's do my favorite sensor, the Charmed Labs Pixie camera. It detects shades of colors, so it doesn't really detect black and white, it detects actual shades. And it literally is my favorite thing because there's so much machine learning already on this. Then we put it on the Portenta. So just like normal, I'm in my Maker 100 right here. So we would typically go to the spot. And here we have, if you just look at the code, there's some information there that's important. But it has a couple of includes. And that's where it's like, okay, I got to go find those includes. Well, much easier just to go to the Portenta Pro Community Solutions. And hopefully that's installed. Go to Sensors, go to Pixie, and look at this. It already has all the pixy2.h and the pixy2.h. So way easier to do it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm not even going to plug in the Pixie yet, and I'm just going to flash that, because if it doesn't flash, there's no point doing it. I think that's all that's needed. So let's have a look at the code. It includes those two things. Then it makes something called Pixie. Typically I do my in front of these, but I didn't on these ones. Start serial begin, and it inits Pixie. And then in the permanent loop, it has a buffer and has an integer called myPixieInt, which I think detects how many objects it's found. Anyway, that's compiled and that's on, and it's going there. So if we do the serial monitor, it says no object. Awesome. Okay, which we don't have the Pixie hooked up, so that makes sense. In the code, first of all, it gets blocks of information. And if number of blocks, why am I detecting num block? Oh, if the number of blocks is greater than 0, so if there are blocks, then it looks at the X location. Now think about your screen. You have X across, Y down. So it's looking at the X location. It's going to be 0 to, I think, 300, and down is from 0 to like 240 or something. So it's going across the screen. You could do Y, you could do width, you could do height, but I'm just doing X. Now, if my PixieInt, that integer that's grabbed the X location, is less than 10, then it's on the far left. If it's between 10 and less than 100, it's on the left. If it's between 100 and 200, it's in the middle. If it's greater than 200, less than 300, it's on the right. And if it's greater than 300, I think the maximum is like 340, it's on the far right. Well, we probably won't get it to detect far right and stuff like that. And then it says Pixie no object, which we've already seen. That's it. That's the code. Then it waits a second. And it could be super fast. So next thing, here it talks about the 6-prong cable. And let's get this 6-prong cable here. There's your Pixie on the back. There are two connection techniques. One is, well, it's a 10-prong here, but on this side, it's a 6-prong. And what we're doing here with the connections is we're looking at it like that. Yeah. How can I show that? See the red wire? The red part of the ribbon is on the top, and you're looking at the wires. And so pretty easy, we just read them off because they're in groups of 2 here. So the first one, which I strangely have as a black cable, it should be red, goes to 3v3. The next one goes to D10. So blue cable, now D6 is the bottom, so D6, D7, D8, D9, D10. The one on the left, which happens to be green, is D8. So D6, D7, D8. And the gray one is D9. D6, D7, D8, D9. They're all nicely grouped together. They're probably SPI. So mossy, miso, and some kind of clock. And the ground is the last one, which is strangely white. And ground is right below 3v3, so the fourth one down from the top. And there it is, it's all connected. There's my Pixie. I'm going to just try to stand it up right here. And now, oh, yeah, typically I unplug it when doing this kind of stuff. It's still plugged in, so it's still running. Let's just see, yeah, no object, because there's nothing in front of it. Now, the Pixie has to be trained, and I have already trained the Pixie on one of these two colors. I think I've trained it on the green. It might be the pink. Really doesn't matter. At the very bottom of the Pixie, there's a light that shows up. Let me see if I can get the light. Yeah, there, you see the light? And it actually shows the color it's detecting, which I can't really tell if it's the green or the pink. But anyway, at the moment, it's on the right. Let's see if we can get far right. It probably won't detect it. No. So then we move it across. Why isn't it detecting it? Now, one thing with the Pixie is it is really, really sensitive to the color, how does it explain it? The lighting. So if you've got consistent lighting, it works great. But if you've got inconsistent lighting, the results are going to be inconsistent. Anyway, what's happening here? It's definitely... Okay, so this is the Piximon app. And the Pixie, you can train it by which colors to be interested in by pushing this little button. But it's kind of hard to tell if it's done right. So the app's pretty cool. Just a micro SD card. You can't have it going while the Portenta. I'm going to show the box, and there it is. I'm just going to clear all signatures. So there's the box, and then I'm going to set signature 1. Now you've got 8 signatures, and so there. That's basically it. It can track tons of things. It's going to have its X location, its Y location, its width, its height, and there's some fancier other stuff you can do with it. So now that I know it's trained properly, let's go back to the app. Okay, so you can see there's the Pixie. It's all hooked up again, and there it is pink this time, and the object is on the right, which who knows from perspective of the screen. But as I move it back, far right, there we got it. Now it's on the right, and it's all just messing with numbers with if statements. As I move, there, it's in the middle, which it looks like it's in the middle. And then, oh, it lost it. It could be that, no, it is losing it on this side. It could just be the angle. There's on the left. And let's move it over a little bit more. Still on the left. I'm just seeing if I can get far left, which it might not be able to get. Nope. But there it goes.